It begins with a voice that feels like a prophecy of doom. A chilling announcement tells us that what we are about to witness is not just a story. It is a tragedy, one that befell a group of young friends in the heat of Texas, and it is said to be one of the most bizarre crimes in the annals of American history. From that very first moment, the audience is pulled into a sense of dread. We know something terrible has already happened, and now we are about to relive it. The movie opens with disturbing flashes, decomposed bodies, twisted corpses lit by the beam of a camera flash. A grotesque sculpture of human remains is discovered in a Texas graveyard. Newspapers scream of grave robberies. Something is very wrong out here in the quiet countryside of Texas. 5 friends drive through this land of heat, dust, and silence. Sally Hardesty, her wheelchair-bound brother Franklin, and their friends Jerry, Kirk, and Pam. They are young, carefree, and heading out to check Sally's grandfather's old farmhouse. But the air is heavy with foreboding. Franklin mutters about the slaughterhouse where their grandfather once worked. He describes how animals were killed with sledgehammers and how the process changed with modern machinery. His words hang in the air, brutal, merciless, mechanical death. None of them know that his description foreshadows their own fate. As they drive down the endless Texas road, they pick up a hitchhiker. This man is no ordinary drifter. His appearance is disturbing: long greasy hair, strange birthmark on his face, wild eyes that seem to pierce through the soul. From the moment he steps into the van, unease takes over. He talks about slaughtering cows, about blood, about family traditions of butchery. He pulls out photos of dead animals. He cuts his own hand with a knife, and then slices Franklin's arm as well. His behavior grows increasingly unhinged. The friends throw him out of the van, but not before he smears blood across the side of the vehicle. It feels like a curse, a bloody mark of doom. By now the audience knows they are being stalked. The hitchhiker isn't just random. He is a sign of something much darker waiting ahead. They arrive at the old farmhouse. It's dusty, abandoned, rotting under the Texas sun. While exploring, Kirk and Pam wander off to a neighboring house, looking for gasoline. What they find is the true beginning of the nightmare. Kirk steps inside. The air smells like death. Skulls and bones line the walls. Furniture is stitched together from human remains. And then, without warning, a massive figure bursts out from the shadows. A man wearing a mask made of human skin. In his hands, a roaring chainsaw. This is Leatherface. The sound of the chainsaw rips through the silence, followed by Kirk's screams that end in a sickening thud. Leatherface drags the body inside, slamming a metal door shut. That sound, the slam of that heavy door, is one of the most terrifying moments in horror history. Pam follows, searching for Kirk. What she sees inside the house is a nightmare, a room decorated entirely with bones, feathers, and skin. The infamous bone room. Chairs made of bones. A couch of human skeletons. She stumbles, gasping, trying to escape, but Leatherface grabs her, lifting her like a doll, and impales her onto a meat hook. She screams in agony, forced to watch as Kirk's body twitches on the slaughterhouse table. This isn't just murder, this is butchery. Back at the farmhouse, Jerry goes looking for his friends. He too steps into the neighbor's house, calling out. The silence answers him. Then the door slides open, and Leatherface attacks again. Jerry's death is brutal, quick, and inevitable. Now only Sally and Franklin remain. Night falls. The Texas air grows darker, filled with the sound of insects and distant wind. They try to find their friends, but death is waiting. And then comes one of the most shocking scenes. Franklin in his wheelchair is pushed through the woods by Sally. Out of nowhere, the chainsaw roars to life. Leatherface bursts from the darkness, his saw screaming, and in a flash, Franklin is ripped apart. Sally runs, screaming into the night. This begins the infamous chase sequence, one of the most terrifying in horror cinema. Sally runs through the black woods, with Leatherface pursuing her relentlessly. The saw never stops roaring. There is no escape. She crashes through the brush, reaches the neighbor's house, finds herself surrounded by horror. Skeletons, shrines made of human flesh, furniture carved from corpses. Everywhere she turns, death surrounds her. But the nightmare is not over. She is captured, dragged into the house. And here she meets the rest of the family. Leatherface is not alone. He is part of a family of killers. The hitchhiker is his brother, and their father, known as the cook, runs the local gas station. These men have been luring travelers, slaughtering them, and feasting on their flesh. This isn't just one killer. This is an entire family built on cannibalism, madness, and cruelty. And then the most infamous scene of them all. Sally is tied to a chair. The family gathers around the dinner table. The hitchhiker laughs, Leatherface grunts under his mask, the cook smirks, and at the head of the table, sits a rotting corpse of a man, their grandfather. At first he appears dead, but then they force Sally to place her head beneath his hand, and suddenly the corpse moves. Grandpa is alive, barely, a withered, decrepit husk of a man. They want him to kill her, just like the old days when he slaughtered animals at the slaughterhouse. He lifts the hammer, but he's too weak. The blows are pathetic, clumsy. The family cheers him on, cackling in madness. Sally screams. Her terror fills the air, almost unbearable to hear. And then, in pure desperation, she breaks free. The final chase begins. Bursting through a window, she runs into the morning light. Leatherface and the hitchhiker pursue her onto the road. In one shocking instant, a truck plows into the hitchhiker, crushing him to death. Leatherface swings his saw wildly at the truck, but Sally manages to escape, throwing herself into the back of a passing pickup. The truck speeds away. Sally is covered in blood, hysterical, laughing and crying at the same time, her mind shattered. And there, in the middle of the road, Leatherface dances, spinning with his chainsaw under the Texas sun, howling in rage and madness. The nightmare is over, but the image burns forever. The credits roll. This is not just a horror movie. It is a raw, relentless assault on the senses. A story about isolation, madness, and a family that turned slaughter into a way of life. It changed horror forever. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre became one of the most notorious films of all time, banned in several countries, whispered about in fear, and remembered as one of the most disturbing stories America has ever produced. Because deep down, the scariest part is this. It feels real. It feels like it could happen. And somewhere, in the vast emptiness of America, maybe it already has. Leatherface, the chainsaw, the family of cannibals. This is not just a movie. This is the nightmare that changed horror forever. Watch till the end if you dare. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe for more United States horror stories only on Horror Realm UAS.